Tonight, we examine a new flashpoint in the South China Sea dispute. China has banned former Philippine Senator Francis Tolentino from its territory. This move is more than a travel restriction. It's a bold political message from Beijing. Tolentino, a vocal advocate for Philippine sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea, has long challenged China's sweeping maritime claims. As senator, he pushed for stronger national defense and policies asserting the Philippines' rights in its exclusive economic zone. Beijing's decision to declare Tolentino persona non grata is a direct response to what it calls his anti-China activities. The ban covers not just mainland China but also Hong Kong and Macau. Such targeted bans are meant to intimidate critics without escalating to full diplomatic conflict. The move highlights the ongoing standoff over the West Philippine Sea, where China's 9-dash line overlaps with the Philippines' internationally recognized waters. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, invalidating most of China's claims, yet Beijing refuses to recognize the ruling. Tolentino's ban is the latest chapter in this unresolved dispute. It signals that China is willing to take personal action against those who challenge its narrative. For many Filipinos, Tolentino's stance has made him a symbol of resistance. The incident underscores the fragile peace in this vital maritime region. As tensions rise, the world watches to see how both nations will navigate this complex conflict. The story of Francis Tolentino is now a symbol of the broader struggle for sovereignty in the South China Sea. What did Tolentino do to draw Beijing's ire? He didn't just speak out, he acted. As senator, Tolentino authored the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, legally defining the country's maritime borders under international law. This law directly challenges China's expansive claims. He led Senate investigations into Chinese activities, harassment of Filipino fishermen, environmental damage, and the presence of Chinese militia vessels. These inquiries brought global attention to China's actions in Philippine waters. Tolentino was a steadfast supporter of the 2016 Arbitral Award, urging the government to enforce it, and filed diplomatic protests for every Chinese incursion. He pushed for modernizing the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard to better defend national waters. Tolentino also worked to internationalize the issue, building alliances with the US, Japan, Australia, and Europe. He advocated for joint patrols and military exercises with allies, a move Beijing saw as foreign interference. His efforts made him a significant obstacle to China's ambitions in the region. For China, Tolentino wasn't just a critic. He was rallying the world against them. His actions elevated the West Philippine Sea dispute to the global stage. That's why Beijing responded so forcefully. From Beijing's perspective, banning Tolentino was about defending its sovereignty. China claims the South China Sea as historical territory, and sees Tolentino's actions as direct provocations. Official statements accused him of spreading anti-China sentiment and promoting erroneous legislation. China insists it wants dialogue, but draws a hard line against what it sees as attacks on its core interests. The Maritime Zones Act, in Beijing's eyes, tries to legitimize a tribunal ruling it rejects. China views Tolentino's push for stronger Western alliances as an attempt to contain its rise. For Beijing, he wasn't just a Filipino nationalist, he was inviting foreign powers to meddle in regional affairs. The ban is a warning. China will not tolerate challenges to its authority in the South China Sea. Tolentino's case is a message to others who might follow his lead. The Philippines responded with defiance and unity. Tolentino called the ban a badge of honor, vowing to keep defending Filipino rights and sovereignty. The Department of Foreign Affairs condemned China's move, insisting Filipino lawmakers must be free from foreign intimidation. Lawmakers across party lines rallied behind Tolentino, calling the ban an attack on the entire Senate. Civil society groups and fishermen's organizations voiced support, demanding a stronger government stance against Chinese aggression. For many Filipinos, the ban reinforced the image of a small nation standing up to a powerful neighbor. Protests and statements poured in, turning Tolentino into a symbol of patriotic resistance. The incident galvanized public opinion, increasing calls for a more assertive foreign policy. The West Philippine Sea dispute now resonates more deeply than ever in the national consciousness. The ban has only strengthened the Philippines' resolve to defend its maritime rights. The Tolentino ban highlights the core conflict: sovereignty versus historical claims. The Philippines relies on international law, UNCLOS, and the 2016 tribunal ruling to assert its rights. For Filipinos, it's about protecting resources, livelihoods, and national dignity. China, meanwhile, bases its claim on centuries-old history and the sweeping Nine-Dash Line. Beijing rejects the tribunal ruling and sees control of these waters as vital to its security and ambitions. The dispute is a clash of worldviews, rules-based order versus power-based negotiation. The Philippines seeks multilateral support and legal solutions. China prefers bilateral talks and resists outside involvement. The ban on Tolentino is part of China's strategy to isolate critics and assert dominance. This fundamental disagreement keeps the South China Sea a major flashpoint. As both sides dig in, the world watches. Knowing the outcome will shape the region's future, the struggle over the West Philippine Sea is far from over.